You know what's always great? A beef between two youngins.
Youngins?
Yeah.
From the South?
Young whippersnappers.
Oh, okay, here we go.
That's what Stephen A. Smith always says when he's playing some song on his radio show. I only know this because Dan Levitard will play it. He'll come out of a break and he'll be like, oh, you don't know me. What do you know about this, young whippersnappers?
This is true.
This is true. You heard this before.
Very true.
Okay, so Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, they have this beef that I hope manifests over their entire playing careers, which spans about 20 years.
Wow.
Because I'm loving this.
It's pretty good.
Like, I should have this segment sponsored by McDonald's.
That's how good this is.
That's how much I'm loving it.
Ta-da.
So here's what occurred. Donovan Mitchell had this to say yesterday, I believe prior to their shellacking of the Golden State Warriors.
Think about it. I'll put it in perspective for people that, obviously don't play in the NBA and don't know the life of the NBA. So let's say you have an exam, to take, right, on June 1st. And you have a whole year to study for that exam. You're going to get a pretty good grade on it, aren't you? But there's some people that, may not have all that time to prepare for that exam. So that's how I look at it, and hopefully that puts it in perspective for people.
His argument is that I'm not a rookie. If that's the only argument he has, I'm in pretty good shape now. So there's a rule in the NBA for a reason. I'm not going to wear a sweatshirt tomorrow, though.
I'm not going to wear a sweatshirt tomorrow. Yeah, it's a great sweatshirt, though, by the way. I would love for Adidas to release that because it's such a great, witty, timely sweater. It's kind of like when Jordan Brand released the Hoodie Mellow hoodies. Mm-hmm. So timely, perfect timing.
And they should also have them in NBA 2K.
This is true. This is true. This is true.
So Ben Simmons responding to Donovan Mitchell saying the analogy of the test for the Rookie of the Year race, which of course he probably didn't do a ton of because Rick Pitino was the head coach at Louisville. It's Rick Pitino sucking blood.
Gotcha. That's a pretty good, it's a vampire.
Thank you.
That's
no,
nice,
it's my Rick Pitino.
No, but it's
I know.
Vampire-y.
I know. So he was discussing the sweatshirt. Here's what Donovan Mitchell wore before the game yesterday. Look, Adidas hooked it up.
They did.
I like what Adidas did. And then if we could zoom in a little further, it's the definition of an athlete. Playing his or her first season as a member of a professional sports team. Donovan Mitchell then commented afterwards about the hoodie. Take a look.
I talk about the sweatshirt, man. We got to know about it. How did it come about?
Sure, Adidas, we just wanted to have fun with it. That's all it is, just having fun and just enjoying it. I'm blessed to be in this spot, to even be in this consideration, but why not have fun with it as well?
How fun is it to be involved in a race like this? It hasn't really been nothing like this since Carmelo and LeBron, where it's suspense with two rookies.
The biggest thing to me is not looking at it like that. Like I've said before, we got the coach of the year and the defensive player of the year on my team, so I'm not really worried about, this award. I'd rather get two than one selfish award. So, but it's great to be in a conversation like that. But at the same time, I'm cool with where we're at as a team.
And then after that, lastly, dictionary.com went on Twitter because you got to own the moment. And then they wrote back and said via Twitter, let us know if you need the definition of played next. Played. And they tagged Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell, Spider Mitchell.
That was good.
Hashtag Rookie of the Year. So, thoughts on this entire drama?
You know what? I think Donovan Mitchell really deserves to be Rookie of the Year. I understand that this is still technically Ben Simmons' first playing year, but he has a point. Ben Simmons has the advantage. He was able to practice with NBA players. He was able to sit on a bench and watch an actual game.
Had a broken foot, though.
Yeah, but the fact that you're already in the NBA and you're watching film, you have access to, you're in the NBA though you're not actually playing. He gets to facilitate a lot of, he's familiar with the plays, he's familiar with, again, just the practices and everything that comes with being an NBA player. The only thing he's removed from is actually playing.
Right.
So he does have that advantage, that 1 year advantage. And when Donovan Mitchell does that analogy when he's talking about school, yeah, it's a good point. Like this guy had an entire year to train with his team. And though he didn't actually play, it's something that Donovan Mitchell didn't have. And here comes Donovan, this is his first year, and he's killing it. Not as much as Ben Simmons, but for a first year.
Points per game, he's killing it more than Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but I think Ben Simmons is a more
well-rounded
player.
He just can't shoot though.
It's not something that I think will hinder him for too long.
Ben Simmons?
Yeah.
Oh no, not at all. No,
so
I give him 2 years.
I like Ben Simmons' play better than Donovan Mitchell, but I think Donovan Mitchell deserves Rookie of the Year.
Okay, so here's where I've gone on the record before. And before I even get into that, Larry Nance Jr. was on the gram. I think James Harden was on the gram, and many others via Bleacher Report. When they reposted Donovan Mitchell's hoodie, they were all in the comments. Joel Embiid was in the comments as well. And here's that where they are pretty much saying like, oh, this is phenomenal. And that's exactly how I feel as well. So here's where I go on the record. I like Donovan Mitchell. I like what he's doing. I hate the rule, but it is what it is.
But it is a rule.
It is a rule. And how I've related it previously is that when Brandon Davies was suspended for the tourney run with BYU, you know where I'm going with this? When he was suspended for the BYU tourney run where Jimmer Fredette was going off like crazy against so many schools in March Madness, he couldn't play because the rule is at BYU, you gotta be Mormon, true and true, bruh. You can't make sweet, tender loving to your significant other. And he was suspended for the tourney run. I don't like it. But it's the rule. It's what they signed up for. So until we ratify what is currently going on,
this is a little different because
no, I don't think so. Brandon Davies made sweet love to a woman, and Ben Simmons makes sweet love every time he's on the basketball court with the basketball. They both have an art form. Sex is an art form as much as basketball.
You don't think the league would actually consider a lot of the points that are being proven on Donovan's favor?
I think they will because of the backlash.
Exactly.
Like the NBA is so far, and we're gonna get into the 2K League a little bit later on, and hopefully in the next few days we're gonna have a few in from the scouting departments of the 2K League and front offices and draft process. But like the 2K League, the NBA is so far above and beyond when it comes to realizing that there's a problem and fixing it completely. So would it surprise me if they tried to fix this rather quickly after the season? Not in the slightest. Blake Griffin went on the record like being like, oh, dude, it was 8 years ago with like Donovan Mitchell. They will find a way to change this.